Hey loves, welcome to today's magical live stream on what to do if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed or maybe majorly overwhelmed in your desire to be a spiritual entrepreneur. So first off, let's talk about what does it mean to be a spiritual entrepreneur? How I would define it essentially is that you are feeling moved and you're feeling called from a soul level to move forwards, and from a soul level you're feeling called to share your work with the world. You know that it's a part of maybe why you came on this planet was to offer some of your gifts, your healing, your wisdom that you might have cultivated for lifetimes. And now now it seems to be go time, or now you'd like it to be go time for releasing these gifts in a way that also brings you income. So I've definitely noticed, and I also just want to make a little heads up, if I said this last time, but if my mouth and my lips are not moving at the same time, hopefully they are. Sometimes it goes in and out for these Facebook Live videos from my computer because it's a little bit old, need a new one. I'm gonna get new and excited. Just hang out and just let my lips and my voice match up. After 5 seconds, it'll go back. So okay, so let's chat. So what I'm feeling from the tribe, and when I connect with other women and when I connect with clients who are really wanting to move forwards into, well, you just want to do what you want to do in life and make a great income and do your thing, there's a sense of overwhelm. There's a sense of well, how does that even happen? How do I even do that? And then what inevitably happens is, because we feel overwhelmed, we end up pushing these goals or these dreams or these visions that we have for ourselves way into the future. I remember one client I'm working with right now, when we started working together, I just felt from her energy body there was this idea that, of what she wanted to do, but it was just so in the future. And it was well, that can't really be possible right now because I don't have anything set up. I'm literally starting from zero. So it's going to be, this magical thing in the future. It'll just happen. It'll just naturally evolve and it'll just happen. It'll just be in the future. And first off, if you're coming from a place of overwhelm and that's where you're at, that's one thing that needs to shift right away. From thinking that, okay, it's going to be in the future and I'm really excited that, one day I'm going to be an entrepreneur and one day I'm going to be doing my thing. But it's so much later that I'm not even going to work on it right now. I'm not going to focus on it. I'm just going to let it flow. Okay, so if that's, again, your, Vita says, hee hee. If that's your way of seeing things, then automatically what I would have you do is bring yourself back to the moment and actually have a little chat with yourself. Why do you think that it needs to be in the future? Why do you think that you're not ready now? Because you are. If you're watching this video, you so are. You're ready. You are full of gifts, talents, and yeah, maybe some of them need to be honed. When I first started coaching women, I needed to experience and to practice, and now I've done it hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of times by now, where it comes really naturally to me. But it wasn't always that way. I had a natural inclination for it, but I definitely needed to practice a lot, and I continue to do so. So just as a little kind of reminder that all of us feel at some point or another that I'm not really ready, maybe I should wait, the future is probably going to be a better time. For me, what that stems from is your unwillingness to kind of sit in the moment and just see what's up. Actually confront those voices of not enoughness, actually to confront those voices of self-doubt, to confront those voices of lack for what they are and call them out, dragon style, Kali style, and then bring it into the now and get moving. So if that's you, that you're thinking about, oh, it's going to be in the future, it's in the future, check in. So one practical step that I would have you do right now is, why does it have to be in the future? What happened if it was now? So that's going to be the basis for this dialogue, because everything that I teach is happening in the now. I'm going to ask you to be doing your homework now, not later, not oh, that's a really good tip, I'm just going to put it in that's back here and maybe I'll get to it in a year. No, that's not how it works. If you're not quite ready to go and to do your thing, then, and if that's true for you, then maybe I get that, but then maybe this video is not for you. I don't know. Okay, so Vita just says, I just listened to this podcast and I really resonated with this advice. Put some skin in the game. I can't refine it if I'm not creating it all. Put some skin in the game. I can't refine if I'm not creating at all. Okay, I thought it said it all. I was like, what? If I'm not creating it. Exactly, totally. So how are you going to learn? How are you going to grow? And how are you going to learn what you don't like and you do like as you move along if you're not actually creating something in this moment? So that's a little first step. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 2 more like divine feminine inward steps to solve that kind of crisis of overwhelm. And we're going to talk about 2 sacred masculine steps, which are a little bit more about strategy and moving forward with inspired action. So you can do all 4 of these practical steps in this video like all at once if you want, or you can just write them down. I definitely recommend having a piece of paper and a pen right now because we're going to kind of do some brainstorming as well. So, okay, so the first step with the divine feminine kind of inward space of, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I have no idea how to make this happen, but Beth just called me out and said, yeah, it's probably in the future. And I realized, oh my God, it kind of is in the future for me. So how are we going to pull it back? So I want you to be in this moment and to make a list, whether that's quickly now you're just going to jot down a couple things, or later I would recommend actually having a session with this. But creating a list of all these old beliefs or stories that you have that are blocking you from being a badass spiritual, businesswoman who's just like spreading your love, to the world and just making everything awesome. Is it, well, I can't get paid for spiritual work, or it would be wrong to get paid for spiritual work? Or is it, yeah, but money is really hard work, hard to come by, and I don't feel like doing that much hard work right now? Or is it I'm not good enough, I'm not a good enough healer, why would they come to me when they could go to so-and-so and so many other people? Whatever is, I'm not good at technology. I have no idea, how to do the technological aspect. I'm not a business person. I don't know. Entrepreneurial stuff scares me. I'm just going to, whatever it is, I want you to write down beliefs that are blocking you in the here and now from moving forward and working on what you know that you really want to do. And with writing this list, we're not going to be too attached to these stories, but we're going to call them out for what they are, because when we can identify a story that's an old paradigm story that's dragging us down, we can actually look at it on a piece of paper. There's this moment of truth that comes forward that says, like, is that really real? That doesn't feel real, actually, now that I'm putting it down and looking at it in the eye, right? So bringing this Kali energy of that confrontation for what no longer serves us. And then you can do a ritual if you're feeling called, and you can, get your lighter or your matches or a little bonfire and just like say, what, universe, please guide me to release all of these beliefs on a subconscious level. I am done with these. I choose to move through these now. Thank you for the help, higher self, for coming through and transmuting all these beliefs so I can open up to my truth, or whatever kind of words come through. But the idea is to just get real with yourself about some of these old beliefs and go, okay, I'm choosing that they no longer stop me. I'm going to move forward. Then from this more inner space of doing the inner work, I would have you sit on your meditation pillow, go for a walk in nature, whatever, you want to do in order to get into this fun daydreaming space. And I want you to daydream and imagine your life as it was now, not daydream as it is in 5 years, but imagine right now a different kind of story in your life happening where you are rocking it. You're, maybe you're a healer, a coach, an artist, an herbalist, a nutritionist, a yoga teacher, whatever types of roles that you want to connect with. And you're in daydream, and you're just, maybe you're traveling the world while you're doing it. Maybe you're feeling so inspired. You feel so stoked to be connecting with your clients. You feel so purposeful. Maybe you're going to see some of the lifestyle shifts that if you're, currently working maybe a job you don't love, envision that you actually love getting up every day to do what you're going to do. Maybe you can, even think about some of the things you're going to buy with some of that, money, because you really attracted a lot of abundance with the sacred work as well. And so just really visualize yourself in this place. Ooh, and like daydream, make it fun, okay? And it's really interesting when we get into these daydream spaces, I find, or visualizing, people call it manifesting as well, whatever, that the ego can come in and is like, kind of stops it and it's like, oh, that's not possible, or like, wait, how would that work? And then you're like back up in your mind thinking about all the different ways that it might work, but it couldn't work, but it couldn't work, and no, that's too big, go down, right? I want you to be aware of the ways that the ego says like, no, that's not possible, and just gently release those thoughts and just get back into the zone of like, that would be really fun. At the end of your visualization and your daydreaming session, I want you to go, okay, universe, I claim this, I own this, this is my current reality. Show me what you got. I want this or something better. Show me the way. This or something better, show me the way. I want you to claim and declare to the universe that you are ready. I want you to ask the universe to send any steps, any teachers, any ideas, quotes, programs, practices your way that's going to help you really to shift in that now. I'm claiming this in the now, universe. I am a beautiful, badass spiritual entrepreneur, and I'm loving it, and I'm making a great income for the sacred work that I'm doing. I'm feeling so aligned. It feels easier than I ever thought it would feel. Oh my God, I love my clients. I love what I do. This is my current reality. Show me the way. Show me the way to this center point of the now here that I am claiming for myself. So with that, that's such a powerful way of calling in this divine guidance, because right when you're living in the place where it's always in the future and you're saying, yeah, I want to do that, but it feels kind of overwhelming, so I'm just going to put it in the future, then the universe goes, yeah, sure, let's put it in the future. I'm not going to help you then, because basically you are the universe, so you just decided for yourself that that was going to be the flow. So Donna says, thank you, love. I'm in the process of life changes. I'm so taking this all in. Awesome. Okay, so just sit with that for a second. How would it feel to actually claim that in the moment that you're like, I'm ready, I'm doing this now, here and now, universe, show me what you got. Okay, so those are a couple of steps for you, right? There's actually, wow, this Facebook is so loud, these posts, these little dings. I hope they're not coming through that loud for you. So we actually have 3 kind of steps. So first, claim it in the now that you're ready to move from your future dream la la land to the now, and you're going to make it a real reality, or invite it in as a real reality on an earthly level. Then, okay, let me just see if I can make these things go away. No. Okay, then you're going to write down your old ideas, the things that might be blocking you from claiming it in the here and now, and you're going to let those go through a beautiful fire ritual, and you're going to say, universe, transmute these, I'm done with them, I'm choosing to move forward. Then you can sit in visualization or daydreaming or go for a walk in nature and have so much fun just thinking about the awesome magical lifestyle that you're creating for yourself in the here and now, how it feels to do that. And you claim to the universe, universe, I've decided it's here and now. Show me the way. Show me what you got. I'm ready. Okay. So we've prepared ourselves energetically, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can just take back your power and say, I'm going to do this. It's going to happen no matter what, this or something better, God, Goddess. I'm so excited. So automatically we're really empowering our energy field to be pillared in the now. And now we're calling in help and support. Whereas before, when we were like, ooh, it's too scary, it was overwhelming, and it's the future, we're not pillared in the now, so we're not calling in that support in the now. Now, let us move from this inner world of claiming to the more sacred masculine kind of ways of thinking about this. So this is actually like it's a pretty big pivot right now, because we got really into the inner worlds. And now this is also where the paper and the pen come out. So here you are, you're ready to claim it in the now. You want to be a spiritual entrepreneur. Maybe, I know a lot of you want to be online based because you like the freedom location thing, but maybe not all of you. And as you move, I want you to think about 2 important concepts when you're actually creating a structure around how your business is going to work. Okay, so the first one is your tribe. How do you communicate with your tribe? How do you communicate with the people that are potentially going to be signing up for your services or your programs? Do they have a space to gather? Do you have a space to connect with them with? So for many of you right now, what's happening is you don't have a Facebook group, you don't have a Facebook page, maybe some of you do, and maybe you don't really have an email list, or you've really totally ignored it. What I would have you do is actually get real about, okay, if I'm going to receive tribe members as clients, then I'm going to need to be able to talk to them. I'm going to need to be able to find them. If I have a message, a great video I want to share, etc., I'm going to need to actually be able to be in communion with my tribe, because that's where my clients are coming from. So where is this community living? And like I said, for a lot of us, and for a lot of you, you might just be going on Facebook or Instagram and just posting nice little poems or quotes or blog posts, just posting it on your personal Facebook page, maybe your Instagram, and then leaving it. But I want you to think about actually having a place where your tribe can gather. So maybe for another year, 6 months or 3 months, you're still gonna kind of go in and go, I'm just going to listen for that product or service that wants to come through. Maybe this is you. Maybe you're not actually sure about what exactly you're going to offer yet. But don't waste that time that you're still coming up with that offering. You know, say that offering is going to be birthed through you in 3 months' time. And so your mind went and your ego went, well, it's in 3 months, it's in the future. Here's that future, mindset again coming through. And I'll just kind of wait until it comes through, my product or offering, in order to, I'll just wait. I'm just going to wait. But what I would have you think about is in that 3 month time in this example, that 3 month time period, you could be building up a tribe and you could be engaging with that tribe daily, and that tribe could be getting to know, like, and trust you, which is a key factor in business. The know, like, and trust factor. People spend money with people that they know, like, and trust. You're not going to sign up for a program or with a healer or a coach if you're not really vibing on that person and you trust them and you're stoked to get together, right? So how do you create that kind of relationship? Through creating relationships, right? So think about this. If you have a private Facebook group, or if you have an email list that you're constantly sending out blog posts, emails, every week or every 2 weeks, now you have a way that you can actually connect with your tribe and get them ready, get them excited, get them connecting you with the things that you're talking about in your work. So I'm going to bring that back to that example, right? So maybe you're offering your service is not quite ready, but, from this time, magical thing that I can look at, I can say, okay, you're going to come up with that product in 3 months. It's going to be birthed through you. So in that 3 months, what you can be doing is you can create a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, if that feels right. You can create an email list on your website. Ask me about it if you don't know how to do that in the comments. I can coach you through that. Or maybe you're going to work with your Instagram platform and really engage with people there. Although for me, I don't think Instagram is quite as strong of a way of building community as the Facebook group, private Facebook group, or the email list. So for that 3 months, you can actually just start to share. You don't have to have it, and this is, I can feel your energy. Like, what do I share? I need it down. I need it like structured. I need it like, okay, this is exact. No, okay, you're a priestess. Remember yourself. Check it. Or, maybe you're an awesome man watching somewhere. But come back to source flows through me every single day. When I open my heart, I'm connected to the wisdom and the guidance that pours through. So how are you going to communicate with your tribe? Well, when you're feeling inspired, you're going to share that inspiration. That's all you do. You don't need to mind map your next 3 months of how you're going to communicate with these people. If you're feeling inspired and you want to write a poem and you're just feeling that's juicy, then have a great photo, write your poem, and put it in your private Facebook group. You don't have to have this reasoning behind it of like, okay, this is going to work this way to this way to this way to this way to this way, and then they're going to want to buy from me because this poem is so great. No, they just share from your heart. Genuinely just show up. You feel the calling. I want to remind you, you are feeling the calling, so just listen to that calling. So it's so funny. You guys are so funny. I'm like feeling all of you, like, maybe not all of you, but just some like, but can I really do that? That seems scary. If that is the case, then go back to that step one of writing your old beliefs down and be like, what is coming through, right? What am I scared of? Am I scared of being, probably, past lives are coming through too. Maybe you had an experience in a past life where you were killed for sharing your truth. So rather than let that stop you in the here and now, and rather than let those voices kind of win out, Do it Kali style, look at them, call them out for what they are, and move on. Don't make it a big story. Just say, okay, here's an old story. Great. Thanks for showing up. I'm going to breathe into you, throw you in the fire, and move on. And if I really need to sit for like a half an hour in meditation to breathe it through, then I'm going to do that. But fuck, I don't need to make everything a huge deal, right? With love and compassion, right? This is like the Beth kick in the ass that all my one-on-one coaching clients know very well. Okay. And so Vita says, yeah, well, I was feeling scared to create a Facebook group until you gave me a deadline to create one in 3 days. Then I did it. It feels great. I'm loving it now. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, Vita brings up a great point. And some of you that are watching, the point, that Vita brought up is sometimes it can work really well to work with a mentor and a coach to bust through some of these blocks. I put my hand up as being available for that, but we can talk more about that in later days. I love to work with you one-on-one. It's the best. So, okay, where are we at? We are at gathering the tribe. So even if maybe you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm quite ready to create a private Facebook group, what I want you to understand is you need to be able to communicate with your tribe. It's not enough to just have different Facebook groups that you're a part of and post in those Facebook groups, other people's Facebook groups. Because what happens when you have an actual paid for offering, most Facebook groups these days, not this one, not Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon, but most Facebook groups, I find, say no links, no promotion, no offers whatsoever, right? So how are you going to come up with your offering if you have nowhere that is like ready and right for you to share it? So you can share it through the email list or the Facebook group or your personal page. What I want you to understand is, where is my tribe at? How am I gathering them? How am I talking to my people? You don't need a product or a service right now. You just need to build that trust and build that community. Every client that is going to come to you in your later days is going to come to you because of community, because people are talking, because that's how, business works. This is just about relationships. So how are you building these relationships? And how are you going to create more of a structure around it that you can say, okay, I feel inspired to create a video today. Now, where are you going to share it? So if you have a structure for your community, you can share it there. So again, email list, if you already have a website, or private Facebook group are avenues that I would recommend. Okay, now this last point of the sacred masculine is what we talked about in yesterday's video, which is, okay, and how am I making money in my business? So this is kind of that next level step. Even if maybe you don't know exactly, I want you to play with it. I want you to write down on a mind map, well, I could do programs, I could do these kind of sessions, I could do packages, I could show up at markets with these handmade goods. There's lots of different ways that I can make money. And then you can just map it out. And then you can sit in meditation and you can ask Spirit what wants to come through and then pick one eventually, or just wait until it's ready to be birthed through you. Not in a procrastinating way, like every day, they kind of be listening. What wants to come through? What wants to come through? What am I ready to offer? And once you have a community that is, you've built, and they're liking what you do because you're connecting with them and you're stoked on them, and then when you've listened for the product or service that wants to come through, now you can offer that product or service to your community. And just like that, we've kind of cut through this overwhelm of how the fuck does this work? It works like that. You have your community that you love, that you cherish, that you grow, that you water. Now you have your product or service, and you offer that product or service to the community. Are there more steps involved in that? Yes, for sure. We're going to go through them in future videos, future trainings, the Divine Feminine in Business training, right? Which actually I will talk about now if you haven't heard about it yet. So this is kind of a snippet. We're working through different snippets in this video. We talked about a few practical steps from the Divine Feminine standpoint and a couple from the Sacred Masculine standpoint. If you want a deeper dive, if you're like, Kate, yes, this is helpful to me, I'm resonating, I want to go deeper, head to mermaid-moon.com/divine for a 2-week totally free course. We're going to start off with a live workshop around the Divine Feminine. So we're going to connect with those more inner spaces. So a lot of you haven't moved forward because we need the energy body to shift. We need those old beliefs to stop running the show. So let's create a different energy that's more aligned with the truth and really be in our inner space of beingness and connectedness to abundance and self-worth. in order to move forward. So that's the live workshop. Then we go through 7 different interviews that I've already done with beautiful priestesses who are rocking it, who are sharing their work in the world in really inspiring ways. They're making an income for it. They're aligned. They're doing their soul work. They didn't, they're not falling into patriarchy. They're coming from this really aligned place. So we're going to talk to 7 different priestesses about how they've done that. And then at the end of that, seven interview kind of series, we're going to do our second live workshop, which is around the sacred masculine and talking about kind of what we just talked about, the actual structure and strategy that we can work with to move forward. But we're going to have a whole hour just to talk about that. So we're going to be able to go really deep. So, and you're also going to receive 2 guided meditations on either end to help you go deeper. So if you're looking for a deeper dive and you're feeling like, oh my God, I feel like I can actually do this, maybe I'm making it, hopefully I'm making it a little bit easier to understand, then sign up mermaid-moon.com/divine, because you're going to get so much more of this in there. And I'm so excited just to show you that you can do it, that I'm not special, and nobody that's running their businesses and making a good income from their spirit work is special. If you have it inside, and if you have that calling inside, then it is for you. You can do it. But here's the thing, this is the thing that I see lacking from most people that are trying to do this, is the lack of consistency. You can't just watch this video, go, that's nice, and then forget about it and wander around, playing. Well, please do play, but, go frolic for like a week, 2, and then not do anything. Be consistent. If you want this, I was saying to, actually Vita, hopefully she doesn't mind me sharing, I said to her, if you want this to be your full-time work, then treat it like it is already. If you want this to be your full-time work, then don't treat it like a hobby that can wait for the future. Sit down at your desk, at your meditation pillow every day and ask Spirit, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? I'm ready to rock it. I am choosing to be deeply of service to you. I'd like to show up as an entrepreneur. I would like to make an income from this amazing soul work. Show me the way. And then follow through with some action steps, follow through with some inner, if you're called to go into the inner world for a while, just follow through with the guidance you get and do that every single day. And you're going to be amazed if you treat it like a now thing, not something in the future because you're not ready, because you're not good enough, but eventually you will be. If you release that mindset and you bring this into the now and saying, I'm going to commit, yes, there's going to be challenges. Yes, you're going to have to bust through old paradigms. Yes, you're going to have to bust through old voices. But we're doing this work for the collective. Collectively, as women especially, we are rising right now and claiming our sovereignty, our wholeness. And part of that means that we can take care of ourselves within and of ourselves. Does that mean that we're not connecting with the universe? No, because there's only one of us here. We're all one. But really allowing that energy to rise up and saying, I'm going to claim this. This is what I want to do. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to serve. I'm super excited to receive. I'm super excited to be the abundant light worker that I am. And I'm going to live the lifestyle that I've always wanted for myself. And I'm going to choose it now. And you're going to work and you're going to be consistent and you're going to have fun, and it's going to be totally a reality that you're going to be able to connect with. So if you want to go deeper, again, mermaid-moon.com/divine. Vita says you can share about our coaching. Yay, thanks. Yeah, Vita who's commenting right now. We're doing great work one-on-one together. I'm so proud of you. And yeah, Vita created her Facebook group, like she said, and it's just, there's lots of magic happening in there already. And I love what Vita's doing. Every group or every person, when you actually commit to it, and then you listen for what wants to come through. It's really fun, the different inspirations that you have, but you're not going to be able to go from A to Z. You have to go A, B, C, D, right? So get your Facebook group, get the email list if you're ready, gather the tribe, and then listen. You'll be inspired from there. You can't do it all at once. So if you're feeling overwhelmed still, it's because you just need to look at one step at a time, right? Write down the steps that we just talked about. Which one are you going to do right now? Maybe you're going to do another one tomorrow. Maybe you're going to do another one the next day. Be consistent. You can do this. I got your back. I love you. It's so exciting. Do you feel the energy? I do. Okay, so much love. And I will leave that with you. Have fun rocking it. And thank you for being this beautiful being in the world. You're so worthy and perfect as you are right now. And I'm just excited about that. Okay, so see you peeps later.